Whenever you have a big move, a big abrupt change is usually bad for most people. The current players may not be ready, the industry may not be ready.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Crypto. Today we have the richest man in crypto with us, the CEO and founder of Binance, Changpeng Zhao. He will be talking about how cryptocurrencies can disrupt the traditional financial markets, so you really don't want to miss out. But before we get started, let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index for today. As of recording this video, the FNG index is at 24, much better than yesterday's 20. Currently Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading for 19,280 and 1,309 respectively. With that being said, let's get right into the video.
Well, I think most people in this room probably do understand crypto to some level, but this is the future. It's a technology. It's not a currency, not a commodity, that it can be classified into, but it's a technology. Technology innovations do not stop. This is like in the early 2000s or in the 90s, this is the internet. The internet will not stop. It may progress at a fast or slow pace, but this is the future. This is the future technology that will power money, financial markets, and many other things.
Opposed to the wide belief that cryptocurrencies are a form of payments, it is far from the truth. Crypto and blockchain are a new type of asset class that can not only be used as a store of value but also as new technology. There are thousands of applications where cryptocurrencies can be applied, but retail investors don't see it yet.
So right now, it's all the applications that does not exist in the traditional financial world that are taking off. Raising money globally for your entrepreneurial projects. ICOs have a bad name, but however you classify it, that's one application that's very popular now. If you're an artist or if you're a content creator, being able to monetize your work through an NFT, they're very hot right now. So that's another mechanism that they cannot do in fiat currencies. This GameFi, play to earn, this decentralized social media hasn't taken off yet, but all of these are things that traditional fiat currencies cannot do. This narrative that crypto is going to replace the existing traditional financial sector is a bit too early. We have not seen that yet.
CZ believes this is just the beginning and we are very early. There are already several things that cryptocurrencies are achieving that the traditional financial system has never been able to offer. Just look at how people make money off NFTs by selling their digital artwork or playing games that pay you to play, like Axie Infinity. However, according to CZ, cryptocurrencies still have a long way to go as we don't have any regulatory framework in place, which is preventing further growth.
I think traditional finance will always be, will be big. Today, probably only 1% or less of the money is in crypto, much less, probably much less than that. So today, traditional finance is big. It's gonna take time for, I don't think in the short term there's any replacements, but in the long term, some of the things may be replaced. So this is like, if we look 20 years back, say video conferencing is gonna replace in-person work. Today, still haven't really done that. Even with COVID, we kind of shifted a little bit to that direction, but it takes decades to really replace something. But e-commerce has replaced quite a lot has impacted a lot of real commerce. But it also took 20 years, right? So there were jokes. Yeah. So there were jokes like, even in the early 2000s, you can buy a hamburger online, but you can't eat it. But now you can.
Crypto is going through a phase where it's too early to tell where we are headed, but we will see it affect the traditional financial markets heavily, if not completely replace them. This is comparable to the e-commerce boom, which took 20 years, but now it has become so important that people can't imagine living without it. Although traditional commerce is still very much thriving, it has been affected heavily.
I think, but still today, the applications in crypto are still, the ones that are taking off are the ones that are not available in traditional fiat currencies. Payments has not really taken off. It's one of those like really obvious first use cases, but it just hasn't really taken off. Most of the payments, like if you pay for coffee, etc., it works pretty well today already. So you're using your credit card, or most people don't use cash now. You can use a mobile payment system. Works pretty well. But if you want to pay people across the world, then the traditional fiat currencies doesn't work that well. So I think it's those use cases that the traditional financial services don't cover that will take off first.
Many people will be surprised to know that even though cryptocurrencies are perceived to be a means of payment, they are not being utilized for this purpose as much as they could have been. This is because the traditional payment systems for everyday lives are pretty modern and are working great. But when it comes to transferring money to someone living far away in another country, cryptocurrencies are the best option because of their decentralized nature and remarkable network speeds.
I think a direct replacement is probably not good. I think we should evolve the world in small incremental steps and not big moves. Whenever you have a big, move, a big abrupt change is usually bad for most people. The current players may not be ready, the industry may not be ready. I think slow incremental change is probably the best. I think US dollar serves its purpose, is great, and, but we can do things that are around it first. And then I think slow gradual change is best because the impact to industries, to society needs to be managed.
CZ says that Bitcoin won't be replacing the dollar as reserve currency anytime soon because big changes like this need to take place over a period of time. Sudden changes almost always prove to be bad as no one gets the time to prepare. He believes that the US dollar is doing fine as of now, and if it works, let it live.
I think it's everybody. I think we want to get the message out there. We have been talking with regulators around the world quite a lot. Many of our users may not know that we're doing this. And there's different perceptions in different parts of the world, both on the user side, on the regulator side, on the existing financial players. They don't really understand crypto, and we think that we need to look at all of this holistically.
Binance released a pamphlet in which it made a list of what the crypto space needs in order for it to thrive. CZ says his company tries to educate people about cryptocurrencies as much as they can, including regulators. Since it is a new asset class that didn't exist before 2009, the old regulatory policies don't apply. This is why Binance is always in touch with regulators just so they can play their part in forming effective legislation that doesn't kill the potential that cryptocurrencies have.
I think we actually want regulation. I am not a complete libertarian. I'm not an anarchist. I don't believe human civilization is advanced enough to live in a world with no rules. I don't think our civilization is that advanced yet. So if we want to live, we probably will need some rules to work well, and those rules are regulations. And also, I think crypto adoption right now is probably around 5% globally, population-wise. Those 5% are early adopters. The rest of the 95% or the 90-something%, most of the users probably will feel safer using a cryptocurrency exchange that's licensed, that have a local office, etc.
CZ gives his opinion on the age-old debate of whether we need regulation or not by saying that humans by nature can't function properly without a set guideline. This is why he is pro-regulation as Bitcoin adoption is at 5% globally, meaning there are still 95% of people that have no exposure to crypto yet. By setting clear rules and regulations, they will be attracted to it and ultimately increase crypto adoption.
I don't really care about wealth, money, and also rankings, etc. I also, I believe it was a Forbes interview just a couple of days ago, I said, I will commit to donate 99% of my wealth away before I leave this world. So I'm not really interested. So I think anytime people pay too much attention to that, they usually kind of lose focus. Whereas what we want to do is we just want to build tools for people to access crypto.
Changpeng Zhao is one of the richest men in the world, but he reveals that wealth was never his first priority. In fact, he will be donating 99% of his wealth away after he dies. According to him, all Binance is trying to do is give investors a safe platform and tools to get involved with cryptocurrencies.
The short term, we have to pay a lot of attention to this regulatory pivot. We'll be pivoting from a technology company to a financial services company. I think that will take a few months, a couple of years. Longer term, though, we want Binance to be a platform of other platforms. So Binance have an NFT platform marketplace. We have a sports fan token marketplace. We want to be the infrastructure for other entrepreneurs, for other teams, either within Binance or outside of Binance to build their platforms. We can help them on in a number of ways. We have the largest liquidity in the world. We can give them liquidity by listing the tokens or coins. Before that, we can help them to do the initial sales through Binance Launchpad, the IEOs. Even before that, we want to help them to design the tokens, so we can advise them on the token economics. We encourage people to take a very long-term view. So our team has been pushing for 10-year unlocking periods for founder tokens. So today, if you see in the industry, they typically about 3-4 years, similar to ESOPs. We're like, no, that's too short. If you want to issue a token, you got to have a 10-year commitment. And so we do all of these things that we want to facilitate other projects to grow.
The major shift for Binance is yet to come, as it will move from being a tech company to a financial services company for which the regulatory policies might take a few months to years. Being the world's biggest trading platform, CZ says that Binance is playing its part in growing the crypto ecosystem by listing tokens on their exchange. Since Binance has an extremely large liquidity pool, investors can be completely stress-free while trading because slippage will not be a problem.
So I think in addition to price and valuations, we need to look at liquidity. So you could issue a coin. You can issue some coin. Issue a trillion of them, and you just sell one at $1 to me, and now you suddenly have $1 trillion in theory. But if you want to cash out that $1 trillion, if you want to realize that $1 trillion, you need a lot more liquidity than that. I'm not going to pay $1 trillion. You need to look at how much circulating supply is and how much trading volume, how much liquidity there is. There are a lot of coins which are issued, but they have very small, large total supply, very small circulating supply, and the people are not careful. They push the price up. And promotional videos and other things could help it. But longer term, the coin has to have value. The market will catch up. The markets will understand it. And this is why for Binance, when we list coins, we only list coins that has decent enough circulating supply. So we want to avoid this kind of spikes. And if you have enough people trading this coin and the circulating supply percentage-wise is large enough, then you'll reach some kind of a real market-driven value.
This is a very serious problem with the current crypto environment, as anyone can create a token with very little to no liquidity. Almost 95% of these meme coins are scams that cause investors to lose all their money. CZ says that it is fairly easy to spot fake valuations because they will have an extremely low price and a very small circulating supply. Thank you for watching this video. Please support us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel, because we upload educational content like this on a daily basis. See you guys in the next video.